Well, I wanted to butt in here before I put these videos together. As many of you guys that follow the channel have probably noticed, there's been a gap in some of our stuff coming out. Has not been as much new content as I would have liked, but for anyone close to my family, you know that a few weeks back my grandmother passed away. And my grandmother, she was always very, very important to my whole family. One of the strongest women I ever knew, and probably will ever know. She played a huge role in our racing ever since I started. She was there, she was supporting me, she wanted to know every single detail of what happened on every single lap. And no matter the result, whether I finished a lap down, was the worst guy out there, she was making me feel like a champion. And it just reminds me of, you know, what it really meant to have somebody to believe in me like that. So we decided to step back from life for a bit and go and celebrate her life in the best way that we could as a family. And I just can't thank everyone enough for the support through that time, who reached out on social media. Although my grandma and I weren't around each other all the time, the moments we spent together with my father, traveling to racing as a family for holidays, it was truly something I will never forget. For as long as I can remember, even when we were going back to races, well before I ever even thought I was gonna have the chance to race, my grandma knew how bad I wanted to get down there and be involved with these teams. And she always had a way of convincing me that that was still a possibility. As time went on and things just seemed less and less like it was possible, she, for some reason, was able to convince me otherwise, and that was motivation that I think really is so much of why we are where we are today. And now, because of her, I get to go spend a weekend, or got to go spend a weekend, chasing my literal dream in the NASCAR garage. And you know, we aren't behind the wheel yet, as I would like to say from Grandma's perspective, but we're doing what we love, and we're being in the racing community, we're in the racing world, with a smile on our faces, and that's, I think, all that she would have wanted. So all I ask is that moving forward, we try to do what is best, and that is to continue living how she would want us to. If there's anything I ever learned from my grandmother, it was to just chase your dreams. No matter the result of what's going on, you can always make progress. She believed in me no matter what happened in life, and there's something to be said about that. So Grandma, I love you. I miss you more than I can describe, and I hope to keep making you proud. But I just ask you keep an eye on us from up there. We're gonna miss you, Grandma, but we'll try to keep moving forward. And anyways, let's get into the video, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric Johnson. We do all things racing here, and this is part 2 of our 4th of July race weekend. So I put up the other day, or yesterday I believe, was our video for the shop day, and now I'm here getting things loaded up, car's running, getting a heat cycle in it with the new radiator, making sure everything's all good, tight, and fit, and then we'll be loading up the trailer and heading to the track tomorrow morning. So stay tuned. It's going to be a fun week in racing. I'm just hoping everything sticks together here for us, but I'm just super excited. We have a lot of fans coming up. It should be a blast. But anyways, let's just get to it. I just finished up the cars here. 14's sitting there on jack stands in the shop, 74's behind it. We're out of here till the morning. I will see you guys when I wake up. Alrighty, so we just got all signed in, got the cars here, check it out. Got a good car count for tonight, and I'm not sure if anyone else is still showing up. I think we got one more left, but yeah, it should be fun. Check out Derek's patriotic scheme, super clean. And then our setup down here next to Sean, getting our stuff worked on, but we're gonna go ahead and jump in and just do a little bit of work here on the right front to get everything figured out. I'm trying to get our caster and camber set here because we're way off from what we used to be. But we'll get it tuned up and then we'll hit open practice. I just got off the track, or I should say me and Grandma got off the track for the first time today, but we still not happy with it. I mean, I can't complain, I'm out here running around, but I'm trying to get this thing tuned in and it's not there yet. Before, our issue was I'd get to apex and the thing would lay on its right front. I adjusted the right front out some, and now it's happening before apex, and I'm just scrubbing the right front. So I tried pedaling it, wop, 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 and I'm sure I'll throw a clip into that. But just being on, it was a tight loose condition. I'd get down, it was tight, add wheel, snap and loose. So I'll have to play with it here. We'll get it figured out. Hopefully, possibly a track bar adjustment will make the difference, but we'll see here moving into the next practice session and then qualifying. So I just climbed out from qualifying and somehow we're P1. So first pole in the Baby Grands, happy about that. It's always been a really close field, but we've never been quick enough to beat them on time, just only in that long run. So pretty cool to have the speed, hopefully carries over throughout the whole domain, but we'll see how the track changes. But now we jump into our driver's meeting, or our driver's meet and greet, and then we'll be jumping into our races. So we are all ready to go for our meet and greet here. Check this out. All the cars ready to roll out. Go say hey to all the fans, but man, they have a packed house tonight.
That's a good
Holy crowd. heat race was. Sean and I both starting back in almost last place, with me starting dead last, trying to work our way forward as fast as we could. Those heat races are only 8 laps long, so you got to do what you can to get forward and get points. And Sean and I, our plan was just work through together. He makes a hole, we follow through it, trying to make a train on the outside. And that's kind of what happened for the majority of that race. We went 3 wide at some points, getting by guys, literally doing everything we could to find an inch of space on that track. And as you guys can see, when we came out of that corner, coming to the white flag out of 4, there was a bit of a shuffle in the front of the field. Sean, being closer to it, had to check up more than I did. And going down towards 1 and 2, we made up about a 2-car length gap, carrying some momentum onto the backstretch. So with that momentum, I just jumped a little low to kind of get below Sean so I wouldn't run into the back of him. And with me showing down there and him not coming down much, my thought process going in was, he knows I'm here, he's not coming down, he's leaving the lane here, and we'll just go through side-by-side finish just like that. And his thought process was, he's not to me yet, I got the lane there, I'm going to arc it in, run my normal line, beat him to the line, no problem. And of course, with those 2 different mindsets, that's 2 cars trying to be in the exact same place at the exact same time, and it did not end beautifully. Got into the side of him by accident, just absolute kind of misread on my part. I went over to him immediately, of course, apologized. We're good, we moved on. He's always been helpful to us, not the guy we would ever want to have something like that happen. Not saying we'd ever want to race anyone dirty. That is definitely not our memo. Keeping things clean is the way we want to do it, and definitely an unfortunate deal there with Sean. But we moved on into the main. It was a little tough to kind of get settled down after that, but he understood exactly where I was coming from, and obviously I understand where he was coming from. Felt a little stupid for a few minutes, but once we talked about it, it kind of started to make sense. We put the pieces together. But anyways, let's move on to that main event there, and let's go have some fun.
can see it all over your face. Talk about it, man.
Oh my gosh, I can't think anything but thankful right now. Just so many people since the start of 3 years ago made this so possible. And there's one guy I owe big thanks to, and that's Sean Jones. And earlier tonight, I was the one that spun him out, and that's all on me. I feel so bad about that. But tonight, this is for my grandmother. She passed away from cancer a few weeks ago, and she loved it out here. This one's for her. So I'm just gonna
Well, I don't know how it happened, but we managed to drive from last place and got it done, got the win. So cool to get our second win and kind of lock in the fact that we're out here to compete, you know. And while the super lates are out here behind me, thank you. We have the super lates out here behind me. They're running their big show, but I had to step down here and just really look at the full picture. So many people put this together for me. Sean Jones, man, tonight was a killer. I did not, for anyone that wasn't here or didn't notice, I hated to get into him like I did. It was on me. That's really what it comes down to. It was me not judging the situation correctly, but it's racing, and all I can do is say sorry to him, but he's the reason I'm out here competitive, and he knows that, so I owe the world to him. I owe the world to my family, and right here, my grandma. It is so cool to say I took her to victory lane and got it done for her, got it done with her. So much of that was probably her tonight, because that car didn't feel like it should be a winning car, yet it was by a straightaway. So I just don't know what else to feel besides thankful and just enjoying every second of this. It is truly what I want to do for so long, and I just love every minute of it. So time to go enjoy a bit of super late racing, a little bit of a fireworks show, and then we'll be back down here with the family. But I just can't thank everyone enough. Well, what a weekend, to say the least. Man, today is the day after the 4th of July, and just looking back on this weekend while I'm putting all these videos together, I am really reflecting on how lucky I am to even be out there, let alone experiencing a weekend like we did. Everything ending picture perfect, almost, as you could ask, as much as you could ask for, really, for my family and I, and my team, obviously. But so cool to get it done. So happy to get Key Property Services and both Valleyscapes Landscaping Solutions back in victory lane. They have given me so much more than I could ever ask for ever since the start of my racing career, if that's what you want to call it. But after this weekend, it was just so cool to really reflect on the bigger picture, bringing it home for Grandma. It was not a pressure kind of deal, but there was so much desire and hunger to go get that win this weekend. Without a doubt, there was just a different feel, and it was obvious in our family. We wanted to be able to say we did this, and and it was just such a team effort from start to finish. So again, I got to thank Sean Jones for all of his help over these last few weeks, my family, my grandpa for helping me out at the track as much as he did, and my dad obviously for spotting me. All the people that came out to support. It was amazing the amount of support we had this weekend in the stands. Packed house at South Sound Speedway this weekend. It was an amazing show, and just so cool to have fans back. But I just am really, really grateful to experience what we did. So add another trophy to the shelf. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I definitely enjoyed making this one, and I hope to hear back from some of you. But feel free to leave a like down below. It really does help me out knowing what you guys like to see. Feel free to comment. Let me know what you want to see in these videos, what kind of camera angles. I apologize for not getting the main event head view. my SD card quit recording, so nothing I can do about that. I just kind of had to do with what I had. Besides that, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content just like this, and I will leave you guys there. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, guys, take it easy.